All right, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to give you a couple of quick updates and something new. DJI mics came back, and they are working. Did a quick test on them. One of the big issues I had was this rocking has been supposedly solved. DJI discovered that one of the transmitters, I think it's this one, the transmitter board had a problem that was causing the transmitter and the receiver to just completely misbehave. I took them out for an hour and a half ride the other day just on a test, and they are working. So I will say thank you, DJI. Looks like the problem's solved. I will send you an email to follow up. Secondly, I picked up this Insta360 magnetic mount release thing, quick release mount. It's magnetic. Not really gonna do an unboxing, but I'll tell you what came in the box. This coin made by somebody, I don't even know why I want that. Some instructions and the actual case where the mount sits, and then there's this little baggie with 3 adhesive rubber I suspect that they're replacements. There's adhesive on one side and there's this rubber stuff on the other side. 3 of them. So the way this works is I've already tested this, and here's the damn thing itself. There's a little lock button. You have to slide the lock button over, then you press these 2 and voila, off it pops. So this attaches to a selfie stick, a selfie or a chesty. As you can see, you just screw it on. But to get this to work with your camera, you need to unscrew this part. This is the top section, and you need one of these little tripod mount type things. You unscrew it. Oh, come here. You just screw it on to your One RS case or your X3 base. The X3 base might actually have a mount for it. The new Insta360 Action camera that's just been released actually has a built-in base in the case for this section. However, there is a problem. So let me show you the problem. This lines up pretty well. Screws in place. And you know my luck, right? You get this on here, right? You say, okay, I'm gonna quickly fasten this on. So, by the way, this is, you can't put this on the wrong way because it's magnetically aligned. You drop this on like this, clicks in place, that's cool. You lock the camera, and then, listen to this. Problem is, no matter how much you tighten up this foot, if you look really carefully, you can see that the top plate and the bottom plate rock. Yep, they rock. It's not the camera mount, it's the 2 plates, and that sound transfers right up through the camera. So you get this rattle, rattle, rattle. Listen to this following video.
How the hell? Momentum!
And there's no way to suppress that. I've tightened this as much as I can to make sure it's not this. That's just awful. Now, here's another issue we've discovered. If you set your camera up, the primary viewing direction of an Insta360 One RS is where the LCD screen is. So when you've got your 360 lens mod on and you point it this way, when you bring it up in the editing software, you will always have this view. Okay. Now, what's really interesting is I think I discovered an issue with the gyro again. Insta360 sent me a replacement camera body for the other camera that fixed the wandering gyro issue. No sooner than we get back, when we do this fat bike event, and check this video out. Notice how this gyro moves, the camera view moves. Now when you're in the editing software and you turn direction lock on is the only time you'll see this. What it means is that under circumstances where the camera is moving downhill or there's a quick movement by the user, the gyro is not maintaining directional stability. So, but this is interesting. I tested this with the camera facing out. LCD screen, buttons up, LCD screen towards the direction of travel. I could not recreate the problem. However, if the camera is mounted like this, so it's sitting like this, where the LCD screen is facing the rider or the user, and you exhibit the same actions as you see in this with direction lock on in the editing, any kind of downward movement, sudden forward movement, the gyro view will wander and it doesn't recover 100%. So Insta360's solution was try turning off direction lock for that section of video and using keyframes. That might help a bit, but the problem you run into is that if you have like a 20-minute video, you have to sit there and go through the entire video, and there's some times where there's so much downward movement, like you're riding downhill for 10 minutes or 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. Their solution is non-workable because sometimes you get a lot of movement up, down, left, right, and the camera stability just goes to hell. So trying to keyframe it to hold you in the direction you want means that you have to watch the entire video. You have to, you can't just turn direction lock on and be comfortable that it's going to hold your direction. So that's an issue. So they're looking into that. This magnetic mount rattling noise, that makes this unusable. It goes right into the microphone, and when you're mountain biking, it's not like you're road biking, smooth pavement, right? Everything is vibration. So they're looking into a solution. If it can't be resolved, it's going back. And the gyro issue, sometimes you just can't mount your camera with the LCD facing forward. It just doesn't work out that way, right? So that's something else I got to look into, which means I've got to take the other camera that I have, the new replacement body, and I've got to do a LCD facing forward versus a LCD facing backwards test to see how it works, because that's not going to be good if that's the problem. Anyway, sorry for the sniffles. I'm doing the allergy shot thing, getting ready for spring so that I don't die when the pollen flies. And that's what I gotta get back to. DJI, thank you very much. Insta360, you can do better, okay? And this gyro issue, we gotta figure this out, because that makes me just not trust the cameras again. Yes, I like living on the bleeding edge. Always looking for something that's a problem. If there's a problem with your product, I am gonna find it. I promise you. That was one of my jobs in the past. I'm really good at it. So let's see if we can get this stuff fixed, and look out for another video on the resolution to both the issues that are going on here. And as always, stress less, ride more, ride smart, ride safe. See you on the trails. Take care.